I've always struggled to find ideas, but let me share with you the framework that I'm using of how I started generating them, how I come up with 59 different ideas just within the last months, and how quickly I started validating them. By the way, 3 of these ideas have already earned me $2,500 in the first months after launch. Let's go. So let's start with basic things. First of all, you have to understand one idea will never make you successful. According to the statistics, only 10% of ideas will survive. And if you're indie hacker or solo entrepreneur, only 5% of your ideas will become successful. So first things first, when you're starting a micro SaaS business, you have to know when you start generating the ideas, you have to have a lot of different ideas. And I will share the framework how you can generate really a lot of different ideas. Next, you have to become a full stack entrepreneur. Let me explain. So on one hand, you have to learn how to do marketing, distribution, and sales. And on the other hand, you have to learn how to utilize the power of no-code tools, code tools, or AI, because combination of those two things will make you a really successful and solo entrepreneur. Because it's like the full stack developer. They know how to do the front end, they know how to do the back end. The same thing with you. If you're planning to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to learn and master these things simultaneously. You have to become full stack entrepreneur. Next, when you starting generating your ideas, your main focus should be always on B2B, because businesses are willing to pay more. For example, for business, pay $200, $300 just for one subscription, it's nothing. But for individual, paying $10, it will become a struggle. They will complain and you will have a tons of different headache. So your focus, it's not individuals, it's businesses. So let's start with the framework that I'm using. First of all, the best methodology is copy. When I was young and naive, I thought like, oh, if there is someone already doing this idea, there's no reason for me to do that. But it's absolutely wrong. Just take a look at the big boys, Canva, Figma, Adobe, or like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Discord, or like a project management tools like Jira, Asana, Miro, Liner, and many others. So when you creating your micro SaaS idea, you can copy. It's absolutely legit framework. Look, let's take an example from real world. You have different restaurants in the city and you have many different small taco shops. And let's say you want to open another taco shop in your city. Do you have a space or room for your small tiny taco shop in your city? I think so. Like you will compete with other taco shops and with other restaurants, but still you have a room, you have a place, and you would be able to do that. So when we're talking about copying something, I would like to give you the framework that I'm using. It's Smart Copy Framework. So for example, you find a clone, like anything, it could be anything, and you really love the idea. You're just grabbing from this idea the concept, the problem that they are solving, and their audience. Then you're finding another clone, and you're grabbing a concept from like a second idea. Then you're just going somewhere and trying to use the AI or AI tools, and you're going micro, using like a micro niche. And this is how your idea will be born. It's a combination of different tools that you can combine from different angles. This is how you have to start generating your ideas. And I will give an example how you can like replace all these things with different elements and start generating more and more and more. So let's take a look at really great examples that's already validated their businesses and where we can grab an inspiration. Let's go to indiehackers.com website and check the project that's already been validated. So first of all, we have to add some filters. Let's go to monthly revenue and set up from 3K to 50K. Everything that beyond that range is not interesting for us. Founders, it have to be solo founders. Pricing self-funded. Platform always start with web first. Web first. Do not even try to go with mobile. No, B2B. So, and then you will have a list of businesses that already proved and validated their ideas, and you can grab an inspiration from those different businesses. This is the first step that you have to use when you started generating your idea. The next step, we can go to acquire.com. Let's open acquire.com and take a look at SaaS businesses that already people trying to sell. So this means that these ideas that you can grab from here, from their like a basic description, you can use to generate your own ideas. So this is how it works. These businesses already validated ideas, and you can grab their idea, as I mentioned before, and go deeper to create this idea for micro niche. Use some kind of like AI tools, AI agents, or like AI flags. It could be anything. And then when you have these ideas that's already validated, you can improve and you can make these things better. But you'll probably ask me a right question, Dennis, how to brainstorm ideas? And for this, I have a really great framework for you. So first of all, you have to find your own daily problems. Find repetitive operation on your work or in your daily routine and create a solution. For example, before I decided to start jumping into this micro SaaS software journey, I find out that, okay, if this statistic, it's like I will be successful in only 5 or 10% cases, then I have to build a system first where I can easily validate an ideas one after another. And I created for myself a micro SaaS fast tool, which helping me launch businesses really fast. I do not spending time on creating like a login every time, an email sending, payments with Stripe, SEO, blog, and all other things. I'm just using the same framework again and again, which already have all these kind of integrations. And all I just need to do is plug inside my code, which I can use easily right now using like a V0, Claude AI, or GPT-o1 Mini, which is amazing tool for writing the code. And you can plug it in inside and start building your startup. It's really easy. So this was my pain, and I created a solution to solve my pain. Another examples from the real world. For instance, many people are struggling sending their CVs if they want to find the job. Find the job, it's really great niche for you to start some kind of business. It's really huge. So if you can provide a tool which can help people adapt their CV according to the job description and send a cover letter, some kind of like an AI agent that will modify their letter automatically and send it to 1,000, 10,000 different companies, it will be definitely a winner because it's a huge pain on the market and it might be even your pain. Another pain that I find out, it's A/B testing. For example, when I started using A/B testing on YouTube, I didn't even realize how huge is that. For example, for Next.js, there's no like a simple plug-in solution that I can use for A/B testing. Like I want to test different landing pages and see if this works or like the standard problem. It's like if great design works or like a bad design works, like which one will be more successful, which one can give you more leads. For instance, one of my testing tools, it's a YouTube. YouTube is giving me a tool for testing my thumbnails. And you can see the results here. It's huge, really. Like this thumbnail, it's a winner. And you can see the percentage. So right now, I see a problem for Next.js. And I will make or you can make a solution to create an easy A/B testing, just so like other people can just plug it in and easily do the A/B testing. This is a real problem from my life and where I maybe will create a micro SaaS. Next, what can you do? You can niche down. For example, let's say you want to build something for the healthcare, but you can go deeper. You can create some kind of like a tiny and small solution only for dentist. Or for example, you can go micro. You can take an app and boil it down to only one specific feature. For instance, you see right now in the market there are many of these like SEO tools that AI for writing the blog and so on and so forth. Why not just to create only AI tool for long tail keyword research and some kind of recommendations? Basically, that's it. Nothing more. It's so simple. You're just taking a big boy or something like that, and then you're just cutting functionality for only for one small, tiny, specific feature. Next, you can use a different industry. For example, like a SEO tool, but only for dentists or something like that. So just pick up the industry and combine your clone with this specific industry. On top of that, another really, really great tool, you can go local. This is, guys, this is an absolutely game changer thing. So you can take the product and adapt it to your own local market. I'll give you an example. It's not a great example, but still you can understand what I'm talking about. So for example, let's take a look at the Stripe. It's a monster, it's a huge monster for payments processing. But if you can create like a local provider that can do the same for your local country, it will be a huge winner. The same thing, like many people do not know different languages. So that's why you can create or adapt an existing tool for your own local city, region, or state. Another great thing for you, it's like a no backend tool. Could you do the idea, like the main core idea, as the Google spreadsheet, PDF, or Figma file, etc.? Let me explain. So I created Design Fast 2 as a tool where people can grab my design that I'm using on my YouTube presentation. Basically, in a nutshell, it's a Figma file plus After Effects plus Houdini files. So it's just like a files. Let's take a look at them. I'm just giving them an access to my Figma file. It's only a Figma file with tons of different slides that they can use if they want to create the similar animations and all these kind of things. So keep in mind that creating a tool that do not have the backend on the background is absolutely legit. Just go for it. Another great tool is Go Service. Take and create the app and provide only manual service without coding. Let me explain. For example, let's say you're working into a B2B sector and one of your customers said, okay, so I will give you a CSV file. It have the information like first name, last name, user email, but I need to add user LinkedIn profile, work history, and so on and so forth. What you can do, you can create just like a simple blank dashboard where user can upload the CSV file to your dashboard, then you will start doing all this operation manually. You will go to different websites, grab the information about this user manually. Yes, manually. It's absolutely legit. After that, you will start chatting with your customer. You will know what kind of additional information they need. If the information that you grab is convenient or they need something more, there's a bunch of different like OSINT tools where you can do this like with the internet, with API, with anything. But first things first, do this manually. For instance, another great example is Amazon Go. You remember these grocery stores that was popular in the US. So they can track if you just pick up something and they automatically do the payment. But did you know that their AI was really guys from India who was looking at the video camera and to do the AI work? Yes, this is how it works in the real world, guys, and you can do the same. Directory. This is a really cool thing. You found a popular app? Just create a directory with similar types of services. For example, we all know a Product Hunt, and this website, it's provide tons of different alternatives for Product Hunt. You can do the same. You can go to your local market, find some kind of like a big boy, and provide to your customers similar type of services. Next, reverse engineering. So you can find a SaaS or the business, understand how it works, and recreate the methodology behind the scene. For example, let's take a look at the Levels.io. He created a photo.ai, which is pretty successful, right now. A few weeks ago, he was on Alex Friedman podcast, where he explained that he's using a Flux model on the background. So what you can do, you can grab Flux as your main idea or anything else that you may discover and adopt it to your idea. For example, what I see right now in the market and where I involved, we are creating a tons of different AI agents. By the way, one of the AI agents that I'm creating even right now for my own YouTube scenario creating services, it's AI agent for like a hooks, for a scenario creation and all these kind of things. So, and this is hugely popular right now. So you can grab the idea like a Flux or image generation or AI agent creation, SEO tool, and try to combine them. Try to find the right angle to solve an old problem with new way, with new technologies. This is how you can start brainstorming the ideas. Next one, find weaknesses. It's still good and it's still legit. Let's go to a G2. For example, let's go to a Twilio and let's try to find the negative comments. Guys, this is a still legit tool. Just try to find problems in these negative comments. Try to find a Twilio competitors and what people are complaining about. This might be your next micro idea for your micro startup. The next one is meme power. Yes, you can create an idea as a meme. For instance, like htmx.org. Many people know them, but if you do not know these guys, they are creating like a HTML alternative, and they will say that you will definitely buy it because they start selling it with floppies. Yes, shipping to Germany it's about 17 euros or something like that. I think this is the greatest marketing ever. So you can create anything and create a meme wrapper. I think it will definitely worth it. Next one, Security Plus. What you can do, you can find a service that have lack of the security and add additional security services. For instance, this service is provide a user-friendly but privacy-friendly Google Analytics alternative. They implemented GDPR, CCPA, PECR, and many other things. Also, they hosted their cloud in European old infrastructure. So you can do the same if you are concerned about like some kind of like a HIPAA things, or it could be anything. Just keep in mind, copy the idea and create a privacy friendly, but for your own local market or niche. Next one, different languages. You can translate your app to different languages. You will be shocked how many people are not speaking English. You can translate your app to German, Spanish, Portuguese, anything basically. YouTubers, just listen, YouTubers, many YouTubers, like local YouTubers, I know that for sure, stealing content from like English creators and they are adapting it to their own local market. You can do the same with micro SaaS. Many people do not know even that MailChimp exists if you will create like a local alternative, but in your own local language. Also, another great thing, it's chat with business. You can start chatting with real people, just jump on the Zoom meeting, start talking with them and ask them about their routine and their problems. You will be shocked how many interesting things you can grab from it. Another thing that I'm using always, it's success stories. Let me explain. A few years ago, when I decided to start my Upwork journey, I found this article about Odesk. Odesk, it's like a first name of the Upwork. Upwork, Odesk, freelance, back old great days. Anyway, so I've checked this article and I was so inspired that I decided to start my own Upwork channel. What you can do, you can go to, for example, Levels.io. He also was an inspiration for me. Why? Because he created a post where he explained that only 5% of his startups become successful. And it's really huge because many people are trying to say that like hey, you have to become a successful entrepreneur, just run a side hustle, blah 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 blah. This is not how it works. So he motivates me to start doing micro SaaS businesses on autopilot. So what you have to do, you have to find successful stories from different places. For example, like this post about the guy who sold his startup for $200,000 just within 11 months after the launch. Those articles, by the way, and people will inspire you. Just try to find sense in these articles. It's like a reality check, reality validation. And this inspiration will be the gas for you to move forward. Because without this gas, you may say like, oh, maybe I'm not so good for that, or maybe I should stop doing this. No, this specific thing about success, it's a really great motivational tool for you to keep going and keep generating your ideas. The next one, it's your hobby or your passion. Let me explain. When I was 19 years old, I started my first airsoft business. I just started in organizing airsoft games, and I started working with rent and so on and so forth. Other guys started to creating mobile apps where me as an airsoft game organizer and other guys can create a schedule of their games so other people can take a look at them. So keep in mind that hobby or your passion, it could be a great idea generation of this idea framework. Another great example, it's create something for a golf. I remember back in the days we created an app for golf players where they can find a partner with whom they can play golf. The idea behind the scene was to find a network. It's all about network and connections because in golf mostly playing like rich people or politicians or celebrities and so on. So you can do exactly the same. Just take a look at the hobbies and it might be your next idea. Alright, the next way for you to generate the idea is to find a sponsor. Let me explain what does it mean. So let's go to a Crunchbase, search for some kind of like a Dropbox, go to a financial tab and scroll down. So when we're scrolling down, we can find what Dropbox has acquired over the last years. And by doing research of those businesses, you can find the ideas that are available on the market. You can do exactly the same things for Dropbox, Canva, Twilio, and many other things. For example, for Twilio, I come up with a really interesting idea. If Twilio is a tool that allowing people to call, then maybe it's time to create AI called phone caller using AI agents, 11 Labs, LangChain, and other things. So you see how it works. You're just going to a website, trying to find what was their acquisitions, and it starts generating really interesting things in your brain. Another great example, it's small acquires. I remember back in the days I found a John Rush Twitter account and I started following him. And he announced in few weeks that he's selling one of his startups for 15K. It's just like a simple directory for different GPTs. And he inspired me to start generating different directories for different niches. So right now I have 7 different new ideas just only by following this guy. By the way, if you're looking to get more insight about micro SaaS, solo entrepreneurship, and how to launch your own business, just follow me on X where I share tons of valuable insights and host live chat with my audience. The next one is big companies marketing insights. Let me explain. Let's go to this Twitter post. Jake Ward did an incredible job. So what's he did? He found a Canva standard keywords that they are using to generate traffic. If you will take a look at these keywords, you can find a really interesting inspirational things for you. It's resume templates, it's Canva templates, it's cover letter templates, and so on and so forth. So looking at these keywords where Canva is targeting, we can find out that one of the problems that already exist in the market, and I highlighted it before, it's how to find the job. So you can go deeper. It's like how to find a job, how to send 100 CVs, how to write a cover letter, how to find your market seller, and so on. You can create a free tool to generate leads, and you can create a paid service where you will do all these things automatically. So this is how it works. Also, if you want to do a keyword research, similar tools like this one you should definitely use. Next, Product Hunt. Product Hunt I'm not just using for copying ideas. I'm using it as a combination of different tools and services. For example, let me show you this Prime Link. This product, I'm not gonna say it was like a hugely successful, 77 upvotes. To be honest, it's not a lot. Let's go and check this product. So this product, it's intuitive and dynamic, secure, it's like links, QR codes, whatever. So many of you knows that sometimes we have to generate like a tiny link to track something, right? So what we will do, we will take the idea of link generation first. So this idea from Product Hunt. Next, we will go to Dmitro Krasun X account and checked their service. So their service, it's API, screenshot API for developers. So you see how it works. First, links, then API, and the last one, we can go here and go to an analytics service. You know that one of the biggest problems is like how Google visualizes the data and all these kind of things. When you will start working with analytics, you will understand that. So what we are doing, we are combining three different ideas. So links, API, and great graphic visualization. So what you can do, you can create a service where people can generate links with API, and this will automatically create a really beautiful, some kind of like a dashboard for you as a user. This might be your new idea. So this is how you should generate your new ideas. This is one of my favorite, and I'm doing this all of the time. So I generate the idea, even sometimes in B2C. Like I'm saying always B2B, but sometimes even I just like I cannot resist. I'm facing a problem, I'm fixing a problem, and now this fix become my new next idea. This is an absolutely legit approach how you can move forward. Yeah, this is the life. Sometimes we have to do that. It's absolutely legit. Next one, validation. So let's talk about how you can validate your idea. First of all, and it's absolutely mandatory, you have to start building your traffic. It could be an SEO, it could be YouTube, it could be X, it could be anything. I've started from YouTube, and YouTube, it's my traffic generation source. But I'm right now pivoting to SEO because SEO can bring me more clients and more leads. You have to start from this one. This is a fundamental thing if you want to validate your idea. Next, you have to add ideas to the list and slip in it, because sometimes at the beginning your idea it's next outstanding groundbreaking thing that you will think will crash the world, but at the end of the day, in few days, you will say like, oh dear, I am I was drunk that I even wrote this idea into my list? Yes, sometimes it will happen. So keep in mind that just add ideas to the list. Never rely on one idea. Just add them and let them be there. Okay? Make prioritization. So one feature and easy to make first. This is a fundamental thing. If you cannot launch your idea within 1 or 2 weeks, just put it in the end of the list. This is how you will validate many of your ideas. Next, B2B first. I will repeat this one again and again and again. Businesses are ready to pay more. Do not try to do some kind of like a Notion extension for customers. Only for businesses. Next, one feature, fast development and testing. So it will allow you to test more different ideas and features at the same time simultaneously. Next, you have to set up your monthly fee from $100 to $300 per month or one-time payment. Why it's so important? First of all, because you are solo entrepreneur and you need money. So like let's say 3 contracts with $300, it's almost $1,000. Not a bad income per month, right? So what you have to do, if you are afraid to charge your customers more than $25 per month, just say that we're charging annually. That's it. So you're charging the same $25 per month, but annually. This is how it works. And last but not least, please start chatting with your customers and start asking them questions. Go out of your comfort zone. Ask questions like where their time is spent. What do they hate to do? What is their standard routine flow? And after you start listening these questions, they will highlight their problems. When you will finish the conversation with them, just please ask for introduction. They have friends, they have colleagues, they have other entrepreneurs who have similar problems, and ask them to introduce you to other person with whom you can talk and grab more and more valuable problems. So like, subscribe. If you want to build your own service, just use my Microsoft Fast, link in the description, and see you next time.